Dear viewers, welcome back to my channel Parapsychology and the Least Explored. In previous videos on this channel, we had talked about parapsychology, we had seen overview as well as we had delved deep into the subject and seen what all research has so far been done. Parapsychology, as you know, deals in telepathy, recognition, and clairvoyance, which form what we call ESP, that is extrasensory perception. And we also saw parapsychological aspect of psychokinesis, which means mind affecting the matter. And we also saw some research done on survival issues, that is life after death. Now, lot of research is still pending. We have still not got to the root cause about how these things happen, and we are still a lot way to go to understand the basic causal reasons for these parapsychological phenomena. In this video, we shall not be exploring the causal aspects of parapsychological phenomena. We shall assume that parapsychological phenomena are understood by humans. Of course, research is taking place at fast pace. Research is taking place at fast pace, and day is not far off when we'll be understanding all the aspects behind these parapsychological phenomena. For this video, we shall be assuming that that day has arrived and we are aware as to how ESP happens, and ESP capabilities can be practiced by human beings. Assuming that situation, we shall be discussing how the world will look like. Just imagine a world where all people possess the capabilities of telepathy, remote viewing, clairvoyance, and precognition. That is, people can have mind-to-mind connection, people can see through mind's eyes, and people can perceive the future through their mental powers. As you know, the normal perception as we have now happens through the five senses. The five senses are seeing, feeling, that is touching, tasting, hearing, and smelling. No perception can be said normal if it is not perceived by these five senses. But we have a proverbial sixth sense where perception happens even without these six senses. That is what we call extrasensory perception, or ESP. That is perception without using the above five senses. For example, telepathy is the capability of perception without using eyes. We can read the other person's mind, we can get communication from other person's mind to our mind. This is an example of ESP. Same way, remote viewing is looking through mind's eyes, and precognition is learning the future through your mental power. Imagine a scenario where science has advanced to a stage where ESP is mastered by humans. What will happen? There will be a revolution in the world. We will have these capabilities in humans, and just assume that we are in the grip and we can have telepathy at our own command. These ESP faculties will be just like the faculty of singing as we have today. Everybody sings, but we have some accomplished singers or the real singers who are having fame, and we have bathroom singers. Everybody sings, but that proficiency level differs. Same thing will happen for ESP. Each person will be having some power of ESP, but the experts will be there in ESP. To become experts, we will have schools of ESP as we have schools of singing at the moment or schools of music. Let us imagine the world scenario when all ESP capabilities are mastered by humans. We have the capability of telepathy, that is mind-to-mind connection. We have faculty of clairvoyance, remote viewing, that is seeing through mind's eyes. And we also have a capability of precognition, that is seeing future through mind's capabilities. Let us take these three faculties and see how these faculties will develop and impact the world. Let us first take the faculty of telepathy. Suppose we have the power of reading others' minds. How the world will undergo change. Telepathy, if it is mastered, then there will be a universal mind-to-mind connection. People will be all connected through interconnection of their minds. Automatic communication will flow from one mind to another mind. We will not need to talk, or we will not need to write mails, but just there will be an intent, and then our thoughts will be transferred to another mind and they will come to know what we are thinking. Do you think if that situation arises, will there be any need of mobiles? There will be no need of mobiles, because you intend to communicate a message to a known person. You just have the intent, and that person's mind is connected to your mind, and the communication flows. And it flows at lightning speed. There will be no WhatsApp, there will be no emails. Radio, TVs will be there, but they will more or less redundant, because whatever news you want to know of a place where your person lives, your known acquaintance lives, you will be able to just connect to their mind and get to know the news there. However, where the places of the world where your people of your known people do not remain at the places, those places you will be seeing the news through radio and TV. There will be great impact on interpersonal communication. Since communication between persons will be only mind-to-mind basis, there will be lot of impact on the way the communication will happen in those times. In current times, if you have to communicate, we pick up a phone and talk to the person, and the person replies on the phone. But when telepathy powers are available, you don't need a phone there. You just have an intent and you will get connected with the person and you will convey your message through mind to mind connection. But there will be a confusion because the communication will be at lightning speed. As you are thinking and framing a communication message to be given to the other person must be receiving it at the same time. And while he is preparing an answer, you will be also coming to know what the answer is going to come. The communication will be so fast that the behavioral actions by the body will not be able to match this lightning transfer of communication, and your body language will not be keeping pace with the speed of communication between mind to mind. So there will be confusion. Your body will say something and actual communication will be something else. So this confusion will prevail. Another important thing will happen will be that there will be transparency all around. People will not be able to have ulterior motives because mind to mind connection will make even all thoughts which they want to hide will be known to other people. The world will be materialistic and it will be based on reflex actions. There will be no planning, there will be no ulterior motives behind what you want to convey. There will be no need of reading between the lines. The human persona will become very, very transparent. The lovebirds will have an easy time. Loves me not, loves me not. Those situations will not happen because you will immediately come to know what the other person is thinking about you. So this confusion which is presently in our minds, whether the other person loves me or loves me not, will not happen. You will be able to read their minds and know their feelings. What other things will happen in interpersonal communication? One thing is certain, because since the communication will be at lightning speed, where human behavior will be guided by reflex actions, will not be able to think deeply before replying because the communication will be very fast. The greatest thing or the most beneficial things for investigative agencies will be that their job will become very easy. The police inspectors and the lawyers and the investigators of crime will be able to read the minds of the culprits, and they'll be able to reach to the evidence, and they'll be able to prove their cases so very easily that the number of cases pending in courts will get reduced because of the lightning speed by which the cases will be cleared, because the investigation will be thorough and substantial evidence will be created through use of telepathy. Another thing which will happen is the dissemination of knowledge. Knowledge spread will be very fast because of mind-to-mind connection. A person knowledgeable in a field will be able to communicate that knowledge or transfer that knowledge to another person who is not having that much proficiency in that field. So the level of intelligence of people will greatly increase because of the knowledge transference which will happen telepathically. The societies will have well-aware people, intelligent people, and they will have higher knowledge content. The societies will be more enlightened societies than what we have today. What other impact will come on the world? Overall standard of living will increase. It will be set at a high level because people will be able to gain the talent or skill through telepathy, and there will be no dearth of knowledge. Any any agency needing a type of person will get it quickly, and same way all the people will be getting employment because of the higher knowledge and skill they will acquire through telepathy. The working in offices will change. Working styles will undergo a lot of change. Let us take the example of post office. Here the working style will change. Today, if you have to go to post office to send a parcel or money order, of course the money is being transferred mostly by online transfers. But still, if it happens that one has to go and send parcel or money order, the communication to the post office officer will be only through telepathy. You will not have to go and tell and give the details in a form. The recording will happen of your thoughts by what will get developed as a thought transcribing machine. You stand before the counter, your thought is read by the officer, and he uses the thought reading or transcribing machine to make a form which gets printed, and you only have to sign. There will be no form filling required, just signing the thought transferred scripts will be needed. Another thing which will happen, that the offices will become noiseless because there will be no speech communication. The communication will happen only through mind to mind information transfer. In factory and offices, tele-thought transcribing machines will be greatly used for reports making and record keeping. We may not have video conferences. These will be replaced by thought conferences. The competition will be there between people, but they will not be able to do any scheming or planning to overthrow another person, because their minds can be read and they cannot have any ulterior motives which they can use to dethrone a person. Transparency will result in no conflict situation, because conflicts occur because of the ulterior motives, and hence the transparency which will happen will make the offices void of conflicts. Trainings will happen through telepathy. There will be no classroom lectures, only the knowledge will be transferred through mind to mind information transfer. Non-verbal speechless communication will happen between customers and officers. Take the case of banks. You go to a bank and you will not have to give a form to a bank teller. Bank teller will transcribe thought transferred communication from you and make tele-thought receipt and will get your signature. No form filling will be required to be done by the customer. In the services, in the banking services where there is no need of keeping a record, only some information is being provided to the customers by the bank officers. In those cases, it will be done at lightning speed just by thought transfer between the customer and the bank official. However, the ATMs will function as usual because they are not affected by thought transference. So you can see how the telepathic world will be. The world will become very easy and smooth, especially the investigative agencies will have very easy time. Now let us take the case of clairvoyance and remote viewing. Suppose we have the capability of seeing through mind's eyes. What will happen? We will be able to see far distances which are not seeable presently by our eyes. the world will become very small. There will be no distance barrier. The people living at far distances will be very close to us because we will be able to see them. The world will become extended family. Since we will be able to see all the things sitting at home, you will be able to enjoy the scenic beauty of the picnic spots. Such a eventuality will be a setback to tourism. Most people would not like to leave their homes and take the trouble of flying or going by train to different places to enjoy the scenic beauty. The capability of clairvoyance or remote viewing will make you enjoy the scenic beauty from the comfort of your home. TV radios will be there and they will be giving the news of the places where things are happening but you are not aware. Once you are aware, you will not need the TV radio. You can yourself get to that place through your mind's eye and you will be able to see the things. But still, since all the information is not coming to you, because information comes to you through your intent. Unless your intent is there, you don't get the information. I would like to make it clear here, because as in the case of normal perception, you need some sense organ and something to trigger to get your perception. Say for example, if you want to see an object, the object must be illuminated and its image must fall on your retina, and then your mind processes it and you are able to see the things. In the case of ESP faculties, the triggering of ESP perception will happen only through intent. Once you intend to have a communication with a person, your mind will get connected to the other person's mind. If you have an intent to see the things at a particular place 1,000 kilometers away, you have to have an intent and then you go there. Since intent is the deciding factor, TV radios will continue and we'll be able to watch the news where we had not intended to go. So to that extent, TV and radios will continue to function. What will happen? As I said, since your mind-to-mind connection gives you transparency, the transparency is further increased through mind's capability of seeing. We will have crime-free society. There will be better aware people through knowledge transfers and ability to see everywhere where they intend to. People will be more confident. Better connectedness will make them not have any need to go for social visits. People will be more or less confined to their homes. Now we saw that telepathy had removed the barrier between minds, and clairvoyance capability and the remote viewing capability removes the barrier of distance. Now what remains? The time barrier still remains. Barrier of time will be removed by precognition, because we will be able to jump to future and know what the things are going to happen. How is precognition going to impact the mind of people, and how the world is going to undergo change when the capability of precognition is with humans? With precognition, you will be able to know what is going to happen to you in future. You just have to have an intent that you want to know 2 years hence what is going to happen to you, and this information will flow back through your mental faculties. They will capture the things or events which are going to happen 2 years hence, you will be getting alerts from the future. Once you get alerts from the future, you will be able to prepare for that eventuality. It will not take you by surprise. The world will be more balanced and will be able to prepare for future eventualities. If the future which you foresee is not pleasant, you will be able to even change that future, because how the future gets determined? Future is dependent on the current actions which you take. You can change the future by changing the correct actions which you are taking. So if you get alert from the future, and if you are able to take timely actions now, maybe the future can get changed to your liking. Alerts from future will motivate you for doing good deeds, because as I said, the current deeds only determine your future. If your deeds are good now, you may have assurance of getting a good future. By doing good deeds, and if you intend what is going to its impact, you will be able to see what the impact will be. And since the impact will be pleasant, the world will become a very nice place to live, because people will be motivated to do good and good deeds. Since you will get alerts from the future, and coupled with that capability of telepathy and capability of clairvoyance, there will be great reduction in crime. World will become very, very, very nice place to live. People will be all living and enjoying their life compared to the life we enjoy today. Now, since currently we are not knowledgeable, or we are ignorant about future, and ignorance breeds fear. So since we are ignorant, we are fearful about the future. But once this ignorance gets eliminated, the fear goes. We'll become fearless, we'll be doing good deeds. However, one thing will happen, that we'll not have any surprises to take us. There will be no events which will take us by surprise, because with our intent we'll be able to know the future and the future event. So things will be known. To that extent, our life will be dull, because there will be no surprise element in our lives. Recognition will show when and how you are going to die. Since you are able to read future, you will be able to foresee the time when you are going to die. So, having the knowledge of time of your death, you will be able to do timely planning before departing into oblivion. Religions will not get affected, as death time is known, but what happens after the death, we do not know. So there will be a lot of things happening when we are able to have these capabilities of ESP, that is, we'll be able to know, have the capability of reading through others' minds, we will have the capability of seeing through mind's eyes, and also we will be able to foresee the future. Many things will happen as I have discussed with you. What I have discussed with you are the thoughts which came to me, but these may be tips of iceberg, because reading these thoughts, if you will be compelled, or you try to see what other things can happen given this scenario, maybe many more thoughts can be added to what I have told you in this video. There will be another scenario when, coupled with what capabilities we have discussed are attained, we also know for sure what happens when we die. If scientifically after the science has made advances, we come to know scientifically what is the scenario after death, whether the life continues or there is an the end to the life. If we know for certain the knowledge, the firm knowledge, the sure knowledge will impact the world very drastically. I'll cover that aspect in my coming video, and I'm sure you will enjoy the world scenario when science has advanced and revealed the mysteries behind afterlife, that is life after death. Please stay tuned and please await my next video, and please share your comments for whatever I have told you, and please add to my thoughts. Thank you for patiently listening to me, and thank you very much. And please await my next video, which is going to come shortly, and I'll be putting it on YouTube. Thank you once again.